Hi, I'm Pastor Dr. Gail McGelvin. I am a student at the Grand Canyon University. My course is POS 500, United States and Arizona Constitution for teacher candidates. My professor is Professor Pamela Pfizer. A topic today is initiatives and referendums in Arizona. An initiative gives the citizens the right to propose a new law or the citizens to make changes to the existing constitution independently and without involvement of the legislators. A referendum is the proposed law by the legislators that once passed is put out for the citizens to approve or deny using their official vote. This is the most official way to make changes to the Arizona Constitution. How are initiatives and referendums created? Initiatives are first drafted by citizens. The proposal can be handwritten or typed, but there is no requirement or language specifics or length. Once it is completed, the draft is then filed with the Secretary of State. The Arizona Constitution does require a valid signature of 15% from the number of votes cast in the last state election. With a referendum, the House or Senate first proposes the change through a majority vote, but it does not have to be a supermajority like with the United States Constitution, making the process much easier. Once it is approved by legislators, the voters of Arizona decide on the outcome and put it on the ballot. Comparing and contrasting an initiative and a referendum. An initiative is a citizen's created proposal independently. It has to gather signatures, valid signatures, so that it can be put on the ballot for everyone to vote on. With a referendum, it is a decision that is made by the General Assembly to put on the ballot. The initiative is entirely created by the people because the signatures that were gained and voted on is the outcome. The referendum is the indirect created. It is drafted, proposed, and decided on by elected Senate or House officials in order to be voted on by the people. Both process includes a final step of getting a citizen's vote through. The pros and cons of initiatives. The advantages of the initiatives are that it gives the power of decisions directly to the people. It makes the legislator more responsive based on the citizens' ability to address issues directly. It allows citizens to hold legislators accountable. The disadvantage is poorly drafted laws because there are no official requirements for the draft, and any registered voter can create one. There is no expertise involved in this process. It can be created for a lot of voters to decide on, which leads to less informed decisions from the voters. It is a more accessible process to well ordered resources organizations, with making it perhaps less of a more democratic process. The pros and cons of a referendum. The advantages of a referendum are that it creates proposals drafted by experts that are constitutionally sound. It creates policies and procedures that reflect the majority will, and it creates specific points also. These points of negotiation aligning with the priorities of politicians. With the people, disadvantage of referendums can create a division in communities. It does not allow the people to be in full control of what issues are proposed. It creates further political divide amid politicians, causing drafts to become stagnant, not moving at all, and will not end up getting passed through legislators, and will not be able to be handed to the people to give their final vote. How do the initiatives and the referendums support democracy? In the Arizona Constitution, direct democracy is defined as a form of democracy where policies and laws are decided by the citizens rather than entirely by elected legislators. Initiatives give voters direct power to adopt and change laws or or disapproval the disapproval laws passed by legislators. It removes the role of elected officials acting as a middleman to give full access to the running of the government by the people. Referendums allow the people to have the final say on whether the proposal is passed or not by showing the outcome of direct democracy. This process for arriving referendums require legislators to pass the proposal by a majority before it can reach the ballot, showing an example of representation of democracy. Thank you so very much.